Welcome to the Sharkpreneur podcast with Kevin Harrington and Seth Greene. Kevin Harrington is the inventor of the infomercial, one of the original sharks from the hit TV show Shark Tank, and has generated over $5 billion in TV and digital direct response sales. Seth Greene is the world's first trusted authority on cutting-edge direct response marketing, a best-selling author, and the only 3-time Marketer of the Year nominee. On the podcast, Kevin and Seth interview sharkpreneurs who share straight talk on what it takes to explode your business.
49 faces looked to him in triumph. Over the last 12 months, they had each taken turns and promoted his business for a week at a time, driving over $987,342 in revenue. What if you had a network of 50 centers of influence who promoted your business every week for a year? Grab your copy of the #1 Amazon best-selling book, The Ultimate Guide to Growing Your Business with a Podcast, at 33% off the Amazon price by going to ultimatepodcastbook.com. Again, that website for 33% off the Amazon price is ultimatepodcastbook.com. Welcome to the podcast. This is your co-host, Seth Greene. Today, I've got the good fortune to be with Zarar Ameen. Zarar, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Our pleasure. Let's go back in time a little bit. How did you get started?
Yeah, so it was my dad basically got me started because he used to work for Sony back in the day, and Sony had just gotten hacked. And he told me, I'm working very, very hard, and I feel like something's gonna happen to me medically. And what ended up happening to him actually was he came home one day and he just became like a coil, right? He couldn't even get up. So he became like a C-shaped person. He just could not get up, and the ambulance had to come and take him out. And long story short, he tells me, Zarar, remember I told you that this thing I feel like is not the best fit for me. And that was him working a corporate 9 to 5. So I wanted to go down that path. And then I realized based on that story and based on what I've seen, what happens with typical corporate workers, it just wasn't for me. So I realized I had to launch my own digital marketing agency.
How did you decide on digital marketing as the business to launch?
Yeah, that's the first thing that I knew. I had one mentor who was my rugby coach back in high school, and he ended up having a digital marketing agency himself. So that's the only person that I knew to learn from. And he was like, "Hey, I have this thing." And I was like, "All right, let me just find out what this is about." So I try to, read all the courses, get all of the courses that I had, listen to all the podcasts, similar to these ones like this. And then I ended up launching my own agency. And we're still running about 9 years later.
And you've also branched out and now help over 300 other agencies. What's the most common bottleneck agency owners are encountering, and how are you helping them break through that?
Yeah, that they're very similar, right? Like at this point, everyone and their moms can basically have their own so-called digital marketing agency, and those things don't work anymore. Traditional online businesses just will not work anymore. What we need to start doing is making a pivot, right? So especially with AI right now, what we do right now is we help people launch an AI digital marketing agency, so an AI business essentially. So really, it comes down to the type of business that you're in. It needs to be new, unique, and basically look superior and more irresistible than anything that exists out there, in the world. So that's basically our core focus, is to take corporate workers, corporate 9 to 5 employees, and basically plug them into our AI business model and, launch the whole business as like an instant AI agency.
That is absolutely incredible. I mean, it guarantees, you guarantee that they'll hit 100,000 a year within 90 days. How do you deliver on that?
100%. So there's 5 or 6 different things that we need the client to work on as well. This isn't something where it's like completely passive, where they don't have to lift a finger. This is a business partnership, right? So as long as they do the things on their end, and we from our end, because we have so much data, like I said, over 9 years worth of experience, we've done over 9 figures combined for our clients as well. So we have all this marketing data, all this sales data. We're able to take all that and basically create our own API to what the winning ads are going to be, what the winning script is going to be, what the winning marketing. Every little piece is honed in, especially like right now with the power of AI. So we basically just come in and build this AI agency for our clients and are able to plug them in because of all the data that we have in the past, already. So there's a few things from our clients that as long as they do that from their end, we'll hit the goals that we're looking to hit. And if not, for whatever reason, we'll continue working with them one-on-one for free until they do.
That sounds absolutely fantastic. It's almost like you built a proven franchise model without the franchise part.
Exactly right. So we learned a lot from McDonald's, actually, like the way they operate. So we took that same concept and applied it to the online business space. And our clients are, that's why I say they're not even clients, they're more like business partners. And we basically franchise out our, proven team, our systems, documents, SOPs, everything that we've done over the past 9 years, and over 9 figures for combined revenue for our clients.
That is absolutely incredible. You've also written the ultimate guide to hiring and managing the agency team. What is the single most important hire for growing an agency?
Yeah, I'm actually writing my book as well. It's going to be called $1 Million AI Agency. So that comes out very, very soon. But really, like the most common hire that you need to make as a new AI agency owner is going to be the client success side of things. It's going to be that account management. And a lot of people, what they do is they get very, they don't have any demand. And what they do is they just try to fulfill the demand that doesn't even exist. So that's the most common mistake, is because that comes from a place of fear. That comes from a place of they're like, what if I land a client? What's going to happen to them, right? So they want to make sure they have good intentions. They want to make sure the client's taken care of, but they've put all their focus on client delivery when they have no clients at all. So instead, what we do is we tell them, just license out our team. We have about 60 full-time employees, and they can do the client delivery for you. They can do the management. They can do every single piece that it takes to, have good results for your clients. And the client, like our client, will be able to focus on lead generation, on sales, on marketing, on the things that's going to drive the revenue for their business.
That sounds fascinating. You also talk, I believe you also train and support sales closers to help each agency. Talk a little bit about that. I mean, it sounds like you've covered almost every step.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a completely done for you system that we have here. And a big part of that is going to be the sales part, right? A lot of people, they may have like a 9 to 5 job, or they don't really want to do the sales part. They kind of want to have a faceless AI agency. So instead, we have a commission only closer who comes in and starts taking those calls for them. And they're commission only, meaning they only get paid when they make money for our clients, right? So for them, they have a lot of skin in the game. And also for the clients, for our clients, they don't have to worry about putting their face out there. They don't have to worry about taking these sales calls, which is something that maybe they feel a little bit different about. They've never done it before in the past. And this is all high ticket, right? These clients pay anywhere from $3,000 to about $10,000 per month per client. So to be able to close those high ticket deals, we plug in a commission only closer. And sometimes we even give our clients a setter so that we can really optimize and maximize the business.
What safeguards do you have in place if, say, that agency misses that 100K goal in the first 90 days?
100%. So not every single person will be able to achieve those targets, right? Just like anything in life. That's why we come in, we work with them one-on-one for free until they do. Now, the pivots that we do make on our end, sometimes it could be there's a little bit of a misalignment between the market and between like the service delivery, for example, right? The type of people that we're trying to go after, they may not be attracted to it. So whether it's a niche, whether it's a specific offer, we come in and we recraft that offer for them, or we readjust their marketing, we readjust their sales process, and that's on us. So once we do that, so for example, if someone is in the accountant niche and they're like, oh, they tried all these things, it doesn't really work to the level that it needs to, then we'll go ahead and pivot, right, to a different style of agency, whether it's financial advisors or lawyers, or even it could be like, servicing e-commerce store owners. But it's really to be able to make that pivot is on us, because we have all this proven data, like I said, over the past 9 years that we've taken so many hundreds and hundreds of people through this process. We have the winning stuff that works, but it's not 100%, right? No such thing is 100%. We get very, very close to it. And if anything, we just go ahead and make a pivot for them.
That makes a lot of sense. You've achieved so much success, not only for your own firm, but for the hundreds of agencies and their clients. That's a large ripple effect. What's your biggest challenge now?
The biggest challenge is that we are trying to actually sell our combined group of companies, right? And a big part of why we even land clients, why we even want to partner with people like this is very similar to like a McDonald's like franchise, right? So it's like the way McDonald's scales is through other franchisee owners. And that's what we're trying to do as well, to get a higher valuation. Plus, another thing that we realized, we can't go into every single industry ourselves. We need other good people. We need good business partners, right? So, for example, if someone's a lawyer, right, we have some like really high level clients. One of them is a lawyer, and she has like 3 different law firms. So, for us to go into the legal marketing space, is not the smartest thing because we don't really know much about the legal space. However, we can still scale in that market if we partner with someone like that because she brings in all those years of experience. She brings in all the connections and we do all the grunt work for her, right? So that's kind of like the vision that we have here is to combine these companies together and have a big exit. And of course, our clients will also win really big. So this is not like some, coaching program or like we're not coaches or gurus or anything like that. We are business owners building real businesses. That's why it's done for you.
I love that. Yeah. What's a cause that you're passionate about right now?
We love helping other people who are less fortunate. So, for example, about 2 months ago, we fed about 600 Colombian families and Venezuelan families. So these are people who came on foot. Some of these people, they was like pretty harsh for them to be able to get to Colombia, for example, just to have a better life. Which still, Colombia is a third world country. So there was like a house, like an orphanage house that we went to. So we fed all these people. We did it twice actually. We even documented that. But yeah, it was about 600 families that we fed, and that was like one of the biggest wins of my life. I've never felt so amazing, to be able to help other people for something that's beyond myself.
That is beautiful. Your passion's obvious. What do you like best about what you're doing?
I truly love this. I would do it for free, to be honest. Like I sometimes I just hop on calls just to have them. I have a pretty large team. Overall, combined, we have about 130 people. For this specific business, it's about 60 people. But I'm personally still involved very much in the client success side of things as well. Whenever we feel like, hey, this client could need a little bit of additional help, I just personally hop in. I like love doing this. This is my first business and it's hopefully it's my last. I continue to run it. So I love working. There's nothing, that I love more, even on the weekends. And sometimes I get in trouble with the family.
I can resemble that remark. I understand what you're saying. You mentioned before we started that you are in Dubai. What's going on in Dubai?
So I'm here for my visiting my family actually. So my mom got very sick, and thankfully everything is fine now. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure nothing happens essentially. So yeah, I just came out here for that, and we'll be here for a few more weeks.
Well,
Yeah.
good luck to your mom. We'll put her in our prayers. For our folks who are watching and listening and want to learn more about what you're doing, where is the best place for them to go?
Yeah, the best place is if you're looking to potentially partner with us, you can go ahead and DM me on my personal Instagram. So that is Zarar Ameen, ZARARAMEEN. That is ZARARAMEEN. And you can go ahead and DM me the word podcast 2025, and I'll send you a couple free resources, a couple bonuses. But besides that, if you guys ever want to look at us and see what we're about, the business is called Launch My Agency. You can take a look at some of our Trustpilot reviews, some of the stuff that we do for our clients. Our YouTube channel has some really good content as well. And if you're ever interested, you can go ahead and book a call below with one of my team members by clicking the link.
Awesome. This has been Seth Greene with Zarar Ameen of Launch My Agency. Zarar, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thanks you everybody for watching or listening. We will talk to you or see you next time.
Why do so many businesses struggle while others seem to explode overnight? Do you wish you had the secret to this type of exponential growth? Now, I've scaled more than 20 businesses to over $100 million, and it's not just luck. In my new book with Mark Tim, Mentor to Millions, you'll learn the repeatable framework I use in all my business ventures for massive success. Order at kevinmentor.com and get over $1,000 in bonuses. Head to kevinmentor.com.